Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with yet another video of the Arizona Sports Fan. Now, today is Tuesday. I'm aware of that. Now, because we have our first and only primetime game of this year, this coming Thursday against the San Francisco 49ers, our second division game. We're going to do things a little bit different this week. I usually post a live stream today. It's going to be canceled for the sake of this video for doing this preview for the game on Thursday, guys. So just kind of giving you a heads up, there will not be a live stream today at 6 p.m., just FYI. But we're going to go ahead and dive into it here. Preview game, San Francisco 49ers versus the Arizona Cardinals game, guys. Let's go ahead and get it. Roll that intro. Now, I appreciate you guys coming back here to take a look at this preview as far as my main three keys, things that we need to look out for the Arizona Cardinals versus the San Francisco 49er game. Now, first things I want to go ahead and list off is going to be the defense. Now, their defense is playing great. Now, some might say they are playing as great as the Saints are playing, which we all kind of know how that turned out. It wasn't pretty, and we ended up not doing so hot and only able to convert field goals against that defense. So what we got to go ahead and do is make sure that we move the ball on their defense. Now, I know it's easier said than done, especially because they have the second overall pick on the other side, which some might say he's a little bitter that he wasn't the first overall pick, and he wants to wreak havoc on the first overall pick, which is going to be Kyler Murray. Please, can we protect the guy, please? So make sure Nick Bosa does not freaking go ham on Kyler Murray. We need to make sure he's protected, make sure he's, max protected for all I care, but we just got to make sure that Nick Bosa is contained with everything we possibly can do. That defense is very, very good. Just FYI, Cliff Kingsbury, you have your work cut out for you this coming week, because this is going to be a really, really hard matchup for you to scheme and move that ball. Now, number two thing that we need to go ahead and look out for, their running back situation, their whole tandem with Matt Breida and Tevin Coleman, they are pretty good. So we got to make sure that we contain that run. I know it's easier said than done, especially because we don't have the best percentage when it comes down to, keeping people from running the ball. But we got to make sure that that run game needs to stay intact. Last but not least, I want to make sure that we emphasize this like there's nobody's business. They have a tight end on the other side in the name of George Kittle. Now, this guy is arguably one of the top 5 tight ends in the in the league right now. So we got to make sure that we contain George Kittle. And now we all know that we had this whole big issue going on that we can't, defend tight ends. Now we got to make sure for a dang certain that George Kittle needs to be maintained, because he can have a monster game on us, and this guy is a pretty fast runner for such a big dude. So we got to make sure that he's contained in every aspect of the way. So those are my main three things. Some might say like, hey, what about Jimmy Garoppolo? What about him? I don't think so. I don't honestly think that we are in that much of a threat of Jimmy Garoppolo, to be honest with you. That's what we're going to go ahead and transition to the things that we can do as an Arizona Cardinal team to get some success. Now we're switching over to the Arizona Cardinal side. Alright, now for the Cardinal side of it all, what happened to the jet sweep? What happened to Isabella? What's going on? Does anybody have any update as to why our second round pick has not been on the field at all? I mean, come on, this guy can jet sweep, he's got speed, why isn't he on the field? That's my main concern right now. There's nobody that has said anything about Addie Isabella right now, and that actually kind of frustrates me. We could have gotten somebody else. If it wasn't Isabella, maybe got another position player at that point, if you're not going to use the man. But I think Isabella should be more involved in the offense. Put him in, come on. Jet sweeps, quick slants, something where he's productive enough to be like, okay, well, that second round pick was, he did this for us, he did that for us, but I don't see him in the game at all, which is definitely unfortunate. Now, we don't have our call yet if David Johnson's playing. So in my mind right now, I'm going to go ahead and, scratch him out and not even think that he's going to be playing this coming week. We have Kenyon Drake, we have Alfred Morris, and then we have Zach Zenner in our backfield. Yeah. Get the running game going. Somehow, I know their front seven is a monster house, so I don't see how that's going to be a thing. But we don't need it. We don't want to be too, one-dimensional. That's for dang sure. They got to mix up. I don't know. Cliff Kingsbury, you got to figure out some way. You have to figure out some way to, expose some of these great defenses that are out there. One thing I don't understand, and it's kind of going on a little side rant tangent, is if somebody's blitzing you, why isn't there like a slant, like a quick get this ball out of your hand real fast sort of thing? But I just don't see it ever happen. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks this way, but anyways. Another great thing that key to success as far as for the Arizona Cardinals who have some sort of success is shutting down that run game. If we somehow, by any miracle of a chance, shut down that run game and make Jimmy Garoppolo beat the Arizona Cardinal defense, I feel like we would have some awesome success with that. Because like I said before, I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is really that great, to be honest with you. I know he only put up 9 points against the Washington Redskins. Now, I do understand that it was under circumstances of a lot of rain coming down, which we also had our own fair share of, game like that as well. Well, it was like raining cats and dogs, but we somehow still was able to have, points on the board, which it was all Chase Edmonds, but still. So I'm not all the way completely sold on Jimmy Garoppolo, to be completely honest with you. So on the Cardinals side, make sure Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be one-dimensional. Let him beat us with his arm. Somehow get the running game going. Christian Kirk, you've been showing up, man. I feel like you're the only wide receiver that has caught a ball last week, which is really, really weird and strange. But let's get Christian Kirk involved. And then let's see if we can get that running game going somehow. I know we have 3 people in the backfield. It's a really, really short week. And I don't know exactly how much they can go ahead and learn within that short period of time. But Cliff Kingsbury said Kenyon Drake has got all the time in the world to not master this playbook, but to give him some sort of, these plays, you do this, and that, and you should be good. So he says that's plenty enough time. I don't know if anybody else heard that the interview he had, but if we can somehow get Kenyon Drake going, then hey, I would be super excited, guys. Now, this is kind of one of those games where we don't really have a lot of success when it comes to prime time. I just really hope it's not a blowout, to be honest with you guys. But Arizona Cardinals, show your love. Make sure you go ahead and smack a like on this video, because we do know that all those San Francisco 49er people are going to be coming through and talking all sorts of smack. So make sure you go ahead and leave a comment. Leave a like, be positive, at least try to be positive anyways, and if you're new to the community, go ahead and subscribe, guys. That's pretty much all I got for this video, guys. I'm out. Thank you so much.